drip email marketing. As a real estate agent, I'm sure you've heard about it, but do you really understand how it works? I mean, it's essentially a bunch of emails that automatically send out, right? Emmanuel here, and in today's video, we're talking about email drip campaigns to help nurture leads. Let's understand why they're important, maybe go through some ideas, and then let's discuss some logistics. Drip email marketing is essentially a marketing strategy where you're automating the flow of the marketing message via email in this case to your leads or contacts over a period of time. This isn't something new, however, it is something that most agents tend to neglect simply because of a lack of understanding. My purpose for today's video is to help give you a better understanding of how exactly it works so you can better use it in your business. Please keep in mind that I am approaching this as a top-level overview of basic ideas, concepts, and strategies. If you have any questions specifically about the nitty-gritty of email drip marketing or lead nurturing, please feel free to reach out directly. I'll be happy to help you. But before I get into it, please make sure you smash that like button. You know it helps out the video, you know it helps out the channel, and thank you so much in advance. Now, to give you a better understanding of how email drip marketing works, I think it's best that I start with the basics. In order to set up an email drip automation campaign, you're gonna need either a CRM or email marketing platform. There are a bunch of options out there. Some of them include MailChimp or Constant Contact when it comes to an email marketing platform, or for a CRM, you can go with Zoho or Salesforce or even HubSpot. The process of setting up a drip automation campaign is pretty straightforward. It's essentially the process of creating touch points, or in this case, emails that you want to send out over a period of time. So why is it important to set up drip email campaigns? Well, if we go by the numbers, email automations tend to receive 50% more conversions than just by sending out a regular old email. Also, open rates tend to be 70% higher than just sending out a regular old email. And click-through rates for messages are about 150% higher when they are in email automations. And let's not forget the amount of time that you'll be saving by setting up an email automation as opposed to remembering to always send out an email to a client just to try to stay top of mind for that client. Now, in terms of ideas, you can be as creative as you want to be. However, there are a few topics I feel are kind of required when you're building out your drip campaign. The first one is your welcome email, which should be sent out immediately as soon as you receive an inquiry or a request. It should just be a simple email thanking them for the inquiry and then letting them know that you'll be in touch very soon. This is a great practice because typically when someone fills out a form on a website, they're expecting an immediate reaction from the website letting them know that there's some sort of acknowledgement for submitting that request. By the way, here's a pro tip. If you ever receive a lead gen request, it's always best to try to follow up with them immediately because statistics have shown that there are diminishing returns the longer you wait to follow up with a potential lead. A second email topic or idea that should be implemented should be the invitation to connect. This is essentially an email requesting that lead to connect with you outside of just this email. That means providing a telephone number, your social media links, or maybe your LinkedIn profile and having them connect with you there. I also highly recommend an email for social proof. This is essentially an email showcasing some testimonials or maybe some client success stories of your accomplishments. Lastly, I highly recommend an engagement email. This is a great way to interact with a potential lead, and you simply do it just by sending an email with a question. Some other ideas that you could use would be maybe giveaways or conducting a webinar. At the end of the day, the goal is to try to touch that lead as much as possible in order to generate some business. All right, now let's talk about frequency. And the idea here is to hit them hard those first few days of an inquiry because that is when the lead is the warmest. From there, you can stagger out your emails maybe once per week until you wrap up your campaign. So I've done a lot of research on this, and kind of the general consensus is 12 touches per lead. That way you essentially know if they will be doing business with you or maybe if you kind of lost that lead to something else. I just want to add that it probably would be in your best interest to maybe send 3 initial emails over those 3 days right after generating that lead and then staggering out the rest of the emails over the following weeks. Lastly, I want to mention that you want to make sure you're always providing value. You do not want to sound too salesy. If you're going to make a sales email, maybe limit it to 1 out of the 12. The key success factor with email drip marketing is to be consistent and to always provide value. build your email campaigns around that. So do you have any success stories with successful email drip campaigns? I'd love to hear about them. Maybe drop them in the comments below. But aside from that, I really hope you guys found this video valuable, and if you did, make sure you smash that like button and maybe hit that subscribe button with the bell icon so you receive notifications for our next videos. Aside from that, thank you so much, and I'll see you guys on the next video.